we go. So on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to see 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. I've highlighted the first one in blue, and it's going to be 20 reps on everything highlighted in blue. So it's going to be 20 kettlebell swings, 20 kettlebell squat, 20 kettlebell snatch, and then 20 shoulder taps on each side. So it's high plank, touch a shoulder, touch a shoulder. Then you go back through it again, 16, 16, 16, 16. Then you go through again, 12, 12, 12, 12, 8, 8, 8, 4, 4, 4. So the aim is every time you go through, we're going to go through it 5 times. Every time you go through it, you drop 4 reps off the overall amount. After you have done that, if you get that done before our 12-minute clock expires, then you're going to work continuously in the remaining time on 10 core row, sit up and hug those knees, and then 10 squirm. Every time you touch your right ankle is 1 rep. So let's say, for example, you get 20, 16, 12, 8, 4 done on all those exercises before the 12 minutes has expired and you've got 3 minutes left on the clock. That 3 minutes is going to be filled with 10 core row and 10 squirm, continuously alternating between core row and squirm. At the end of 12 minutes, we all get a 60-second breather. So we'll all be finishing at different exercises and different points, but we'll all be finishing at the same time. Then we get a 60-second breather and we go into the same format with different exercises. So it's going to be single arm row on each side. So that's 1 hand on the chair, pulling that dumbbell into the armpit, 20 on the right, 20 on the left. Then step ups. It's a total step up. So it's get up on that chair 20 times, 10 on the right, 10 on the left. Then you're going to go rear elevated split squat. So you're going to have your foot on the chair behind you and you're going to be dropping that knee to the floor. Again, 20 total. So 10 right, 10 left. And then toe tap push-ups. Do a push-up, reach under, touch your opposite toe, back to your push-up, reach under, touch the opposite toe. Every time you touch a toe is 1 rep. And then the holding core for the remaining time, if you get that done inside the 12 minutes, is reverse crunch, feet to sky, and then sky reachers, hands to sky. Then we get our 60-second breather and we're into our last set. And again, it's same format, different exercises. So it's going to be a kettlebell rear lunge and it's going to be 20 reps on each leg. And then it's a kneeling overhead press, 20 reps total. So you can split it 10 and 10. And then it's going to be halo rotations, 20 reps total. And then high plank to low plank, 20 reps total. And then if you get 20, 16, 12, 8, 4 done inside 12 minutes, then it's dead bug movements. So it's 10 dead bugs. So you're on your back and you send your arm and leg in the opposite direction. For my wife just walked past the window. And then you're going to go into high plank beast walk. So you do a high plank, walk your knees into a beast and back out. So with that in mind, get your kettlebell ready, get your chair or your bench or your table ready and get your floor space. And if you have any questions, ask me. And then in about 30 seconds, we're just going to get into our warm-up. And if you just mute yourself, we will get rid of any kind of creepy, heavy breathing, because that's the only creepy, heavy breathing you need is mine. All right, ask questions if you got them. Otherwise, mute yourself and we'll get into our warm-up. No questions. I must have explained that really well. All right, I'll throw some tunes on now in a second when we get going. Okay, so we're going to start with some squats, feet shoulder width. You're going to stick your butt out, sit your butt right down, push the knees out with the elbows at the bottom for a second, and then come back up out of that squat. Push the hips back and down, drive the knees out with the elbows, and then come back up. So it's a big inhale as we sit our butt down and drive our knees out, and then come back up. Nice and slow. Take your time. We're just stretching out the groin at the bottom of the squat, keeping the chest pushed out, keeping the shoulders back, and the abs nice and tight. A few more reps and squats, and then we're going to go into Russian baby makers. Okay, so next time you're at the bottom of the squat, keep the knees against the elbows, hook the fingers under the toes, and then raise the ass as high as you can, straightening out the legs as much as possible, stretching out that lower back, and then pull yourself down into that perfect squat position again. Soles of the feet on the floor, knees getting pushed out the elbows, and then we transition up into the Russian baby maker high again, and then low. So it's about 2 to 3 seconds at the bottom, 2 to 3 seconds at the top, stretching out the lower back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. And then exaggerating that squat position at the bottom, getting the groin at the bottom of the squat. That's it. So remember, you're working at your own speed. We all finish after 12 minutes. So there's no issue if you don't get the 20, 16, 12, 8, 4 done. Okay, so from there, we're now going to walk our hands out into a plank position. We're going to bring our right foot forward, drop the left knee to the floor. Big arm rotation on the right side, twisting through the shoulder blades as best you can. And then bring the hand down, foot back, left foot now comes forward, right knee to the floor, big arm rotation, twist through that upper torso, and then change the other side again. So take your time, work your way through the rep. and emphasize the stretch on the hip flexor. That's the top of the thigh towards the hip, and the groin and the hamstring on the opposite leg. So hip flexor is on the leg that's knee on floor, and hamstring and groin are on the leg that's in front beside your hand. And then we're twisting through the shoulder blades as much as we can to try and open them out and get the upper body independently rotating to the lower body. That's it, a few more reps. Okay, best breakdancing move to get you onto your back. Heels on the floor, drive the hips up into the sky, back down, tip the floor, up to the sky, back down, tip the floor, driving through the heels. Okay, and let's keep driving through the heels, but take your left leg off the floor and drive through the right heel only now, getting it as high as you can, getting that hamstring on the way up and down, and getting the butt cheek at the top. And then after about 3 or 4 reps on one side, we change to the left and have the right leg in the air. And then after the 3 or 4 on that side, we switch again. And we just work our way through it, nice and slow. Take your time. So we don't go at a crazy high tempo out of the gates because it's 12 minutes. Okay, back to 2 legs now, bridging. So what we look to do is we look to find a tempo that we can maintain throughout the 12 minutes. So it's not going to be a jog, or it's not going to be a sprint. It's going to kind of be a 3/4 pace, halfway between the two. Okay, up we come out of that. We're now going to go into lunges. So our feet are nice and wide, hip width, big stride forward, drop the knee to the floor, squeeze the abs, push through the sole of the foot, and come back up tall. So while you're doing your lunges, just get into your head the sequence. It's 4 exercises. First 3 are with the kettlebell, last one is body weight. That's the format throughout. So it's going to be 20 kettlebell swings, 20 kettlebell squat, 20 kettlebell snatch, and then high plank shoulder taps. So when you touch both shoulders, that's 1 rep. So essentially it's 40 shoulder touches. Then we go back through it a second round, and it's going to be 16 of everything. Then back through the third round, 12 of everything, back through the fourth round, 8 of everything, and back through last round, 4 of everything. Okay. So again, if you've thought of any questions, just unmute and shout at me. So guys, if you've got any issues, just shout at me same way Neve did, and we'll try and get you sorted. Okay, cool. All right, let me get my timer set and my tunes. Oh, okay. Okay. 10 seconds, guys. And then we're into swings for 20. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's swing it. 20 reps. Count your reps. Keeping those abs tight, shoulder blades back. As you finish your swings, you're into squats. Keep the knees pushed out to the side, abs tight. Okay. And after the squats, you got your snatch. When you finish the snatch, it's high plank shoulder taps.
Okay.
It's a damn hard pill to swallow. I'm reaching out, but all I feel is hollow. I wanna make it work, but all I do is make it worse. The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow.
Is one round.
Don't you wanna come on over?
So when you finish the shoulder taps, you're back to your swings. 16 reps. Keep the rest periods to a minimum.
Don't you wanna fix our problems? Better I can show you how. Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Love me now, love me now. Don't you wanna love me now? Don't you wanna?
Three minutes gone. Remember your posture on your shoulder blades. Abs tight.
I'm reaching out, but all I feel is hollow.
It's all about driving down through the soles of the feet for full energy transfer.
The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. Don't you wanna come on over? Don't you wanna work it out? Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna fix our problems? Better I can show you how. Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me?
And remember on the shoulder taps, the abs stay tight. We avoid momentum on the hips. Oh, 16 done. Okay. 7 minutes to go. And with the squat, want to get those hips to parallel at least, if not slightly below. You're over the halfway mark. Oh, I'm doing a quick maths in my head here, and I'm starting to realize I'm gonna have some serious core work ahead of me. Oh well, that's good. 5 minutes to go. Whew. The first thing that goes when you're in the plank position doing the shoulder taps is the surface area on your hands. Don't rely on the heel of the palm. Use the whole palm, ball of the hand, and also the fingertips. Splay the fingers. Keep the hand directly beneath the shoulder.
Far from home, holding back my tears when we say goodbye. It makes me fall when I see you go. But we both know that there's no loneliness as long as I'm together with you. And there is no regret when you help me come true. Oh, when I'm with you. I'm in a better place when I'm
So
with
3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Now, from a personal standpoint, I've finished that circuit of 20 to 4. Now I'm going to go into my 10 core row and 10 squirm for the remaining time. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm deliberately going to go slow on my contractions. Get as much out of those abs as possible, but also be able to prolong the session to the 3 minutes. You just keep working through the main course of the swing, squat, snatch, shoulder taps. Oh, the core is a supplementary. Squirm. 2 minutes to go. Keep checking that posture. That latch on your shoulder blades, keeping your shoulder blades back is so important. And that's coupled with the squeeze on your abs. If you don't keep the shoulder blades pinned and the abs tight, you're not going to be able to transfer that energy from lower to upper. And that's what the first 3 exercises require you to do. If you can't transfer energy from lower to upper, you're going to be muscling it with the upper body, and you're going to end up injuring yourself or burning out far too early. Remember, we got 2 more 12-minute blocks to get through. Last 60 seconds, and a breather's coming up. If you've got any questions or issues, save it till this breather. I'll try and get it answered. "30 seconds. All the way to the finish line, whether you're still working the 20 to 4 or you're working the core." That rhymes. Woo. 20 seconds. Okay, got 60 seconds to get questions in if you have them, to get water in if you need it, get that heart rate down. We're now gonna move on to the next block. I'll highlight it in blue now. It's gonna be single arm row each side. That's one hand on bench or chair. The lat is pulling that bell in. 20 on the left, 20 on the right. Then 20 step ups total. That's 10 right, 10 left if you're looking at it equally. And 20 rear elevated split squat again, 20 total. And then toe tap push-ups, 20 total. 25 seconds away and we're going. Ooh, I'm aware of my abs already. The reason we're keeping that breather to as short as possible is just to allow the heart rate to come down enough that we can get some element of recovery in before we spike it again. Okay, 6 seconds, 5. Left hand on chair, right hand on bell, shoulders are back, chest is out. Let's go. Control it through the lat, not the arm, the lat. That's that big wing of muscle on the back of the body. Keep the abs tight. If that stops rotation. When you're finished, you're 20 on the right and 20 on the left. You're into 20 total on the step ups. When you're doing your step ups, it's full foot on the chair or bench. There's no heel overhang. And you're trying not to whoosh yourself up. You're trying to drag yourself up. There's some unnerving groaning and cracking sounds coming from this chair. When you finish your step ups, it's rear elevated split squat, 20 total. Wow. Burn. 10 more of them. Woo. So as you get tired and the scale needs to be addressed, remember your scaling levels. Remove or reduce the weight first, then introduce a support structure second, and then decrease the range of movement third. Oh man, that hurts. Okay, toe tap push-ups after your split squat. 9 minutes to go. Chest on floor with the push-ups. Full hand being used, not just the heel of the palm. That is a tough round. And then it's back to 16 on either arm, single arm row.
There was a girl in a dream. She was fabulous. She taught me what she said. I'll never forget. I must be patient with oxygen. In a dream. She was fabulous. She taught me what she said. I'll never forget. I must be patient with oxygen.
Don't forget your posture. That's the most important thing. Oh, wow. Breathe, Ronan, breathe.
Suppose there are times when you lose your troubled mind. Suppose there are times when you're feeling undefined. Suppose there are days when your colors turn to gray. That's when you call me and know just what to say. We go out and on the night. Reach up and touch the light. We're dancing, we won't sleep until we die. We don't have to
Arms are burning.
drink up blood.
6 minutes, that's the halfway mark.
There's a time for running right.
When you're doing your rear elevated split squat, keep that front foot suction cup to the floor.
Suppose there are times when you lose your
5 minutes to go.
Suppose there are times when you're feeling undefined. Suppose there are days when your colors turn to gray. That's when you call me and know just what to say. We go out and on the night. Reach up and touch the light. We're dancing, we won't sleep until we die. We don't have to worry. Drink up, the night is early. Keep dancing, there's no time for running right.
Woo! Okay. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. 12 on each. Come on. Keep moving. Where else would you be on a Friday? Don't answer that out loud. The answer is nowhere, just in case you're wondering. Three and a half to go. 2.5 to go. Yeah. Okay. 90 seconds. Stay with it all the way home. If you're finished early, get your reverse crunch and your sky reachers in, 10 of each. And rest. Wow. Okay, got 60 seconds. Then we're into the next block, the last block. Kettlebell rear lunge, 20 each leg. Then we get kneeling overhead press, 20 total. Then kneeling halo rotations, 20 total. Then high plank to low plank. Every time you're in the high plank is 1. Woo! Oh man, that was a toughie. 30 seconds, we're starting. "20 seconds. If I stand still, I'll cramp up. And I'll start taking breathers that are too long. Gotta keep moving. Okay, 10 seconds. We got 20 rear lunge each leg. Oh, break it up any way you want. Remember hip width, let's go. All right, that's halfway on the lunges. Oh man, that's tough after rear lunge or rear elevated split squat. The step ups. Trying to get that knee all the way to the floor. Keep the gap. You're lunging on train tracks, not a tie rope. Oh. After your lunges, you got your press. 2 knees down for that. Oh, wow. Energy levels dropping. With the press, get the elbow as low as you can and as close to the abs as you can, the ribs. Oh, wow. Even the smaller muscle groups are failing as a result of the large ones. The heart rate is up there in the 160s, which is high. Just keep moving. Technique is everything. Tempo follows technique. Oh. Oh. Constantly checking your technique. If the technique is failing, slow down the tempo till the technique comes back in line. Oh man. Halos. After overhead press, it's halos. Full rotation on the head. Try and dump it as low down the back as you can. After the halos, you got your high plank to low plank. Oh, I feel the need to walk around for some reason in between them. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Throughout the high plank, the hands stay beneath the shoulders, the abs stay tight. The head stays out in front of the hands. Use the whole palm to push yourself away from the floor. Splay the fingers, push the ball of the hand in. Halfway. It's all about physics. The application of energy into the floor. The more surface area you can utilize, the more efficient that energy transfer is going to be. The tighter your abs, the more efficient the energy is going to be stored and distributed in the body to the relevant muscles. Simple terms, push through the whole palm or foot, squeeze your abs, maintain posture. Oh man, one done. Back to lunges. Woo, my favorite. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go. If you're doing these lunges, you should be screaming, especially after that second block we were in. Oh man. 5 minutes, 50 seconds. Halfway. You're over the halfway mark. Keep going. Don't forget, if you lose count somewhere along the lines, it's normal. Oh, that's lack of blood in the brain. Fatigue. Oh, oh wow. What's next? Kneeling press. 5 minutes to go. Till the finish line. Oh, halos. I'm pretty sure that clock is going up instead of down. Anyway, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you get a workout done? One rep at a time. Oh, yeah. 3.5 to go. Stay with it, guys. 16. Three minutes. It's your last 3 minutes. Oh, yeah. 14. There's just no 12. Can't even count, Ronan. 2.5 to go, guys. You got this. Remember the width on the lunge. One minute, 30 seconds. One minute. Well done, guys. So if you got it, drink it. We just slow the heart rate down, in through nose, out through mouth. Wow. Okay. So we'll go into a passive hang. Really effective after a posterior heavy session like that. So spread those feet nice and wide. Stretch on the groin before you go anywhere. Soften the knees, put all the weight on your heels. Stick your butt at the back and drop the backs of those hands to the floor. Force the breathing in through the nose, hold, and release out the mouth. And that heart rate should be coming down gradually over the next 60 to 120 seconds. So use this passive hang to stretch everything from the back of the ankle all the way up the back of the leg, into the glutes, around the back, into the lower back, into the shoulder blades into the shoulder sockets to fingertips, in through nose, exhale at the mouth and relax through the shoulder blades, become ragdoll and as heavy as possible. And sink into it with every exhale. A couple more seconds in this position. Okay, and now we're going to go into hip flexor. Turn to the right, drop your left knee onto the floor. Two hands or elbows on the knee in front, and just tip that knee forward. Keep the heel down. We're looking to emphasize the hip flexor. That's the yin to the yang. So the hip flexor is the opposite to the glute. The glute contracts and the hips go forward. The hip flexor contracts and the hips come forward. So they work with each other and also against each other. So it's important to stretch out the glutes and the hip flexors. And again, with the exhale, relax through the shoulder blades. Okay, and change sides. Right knee down, left foot in front, elbows on the two elbows on the knee in front, tip the knee forward. And that heart rate should be down a lot lower than it was when we finished already. Control the breathing in through nose, out through mouth. Slow, 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 slow. That's it. A few more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up to your feet. You might get a bit dizzy. Just breathe gently and slowly and deep. And that'll bring the heart rate back in line, bring the blood pressure back in line. And that's your Friday, guys. How are we feeling?